These are 5 unsolved mysteries that have baffled experts. Many have examined these cases and come up with no definitive answer. Today they are still shrouded in mystery. On August 7th, 1994, translucent jelly-like blobs, reportedly half the size of a grain of rice, fell at a farm in Oakville, Washington. According to Washington State Department, ecology scientists found they'd once been alive. A hospital lab technician said they appeared to contain human white blood cells. The owner of the farm was trying to find out what the blobs were, after her kitten had died and some members of her family felt nauseous. It was also reported some of the townspeople thought the blobs were caused by the US Navy, dropping live bombs into the sea 10 to 20 miles off the coast. The idea was that jellyfish remains may have been blown up into the clouds. Other theories include military biological weapons testing. Scientists think they found the moon of an alien planet, which would be the first time we've ever seen an EXO Moon. The problem is that we'll never really know if that's what astronomers saw. Researchers discovered the possible EXO Moon using gravitational microlensing, a technique that detects distant objects, regardless of the light they emit, to take advantage of chance alignment between stars. When a foreground star passes between Earth and a more distant star, the closer star can act like a magnifying glass. If that star has a planet whizzing about it, the planet will brighten or dim the light of the distant star. But in some cases, the distant object could be a free-floating planet instead of a star, giving scientists the ability to measure the mass of the planet relative to its companion. Scientists could have spied a small star, circled by a planet 18 times Earth's mass, or they could have spotted, for the first time, a planet bigger than Jupiter. But because this encounter was completely random, it's impossible to know if we finally laid eyes on an EXO Moon, so the search continues. The eruption of the Bardarbunga volcano in Iceland began at the end of August 2014. The volcano has been unique in 3 ways: the enormity of its lava field, the amount of hazardous sulfur dioxide gases it has released, and the astonishing amount of sinking that has taken place in its crater. Bardarbunga created a 32 square mile lava field, which is the largest in Iceland since the Laki eruption in 1783. The Icelandic Met Office says it's probably the 3rd largest lava field on Earth since 1783. The gases released by the volcano have affected all of Iceland at one point or another, the first time that has happened in 150 years. The Met Office says the amount of sulfur released by this volcano may have exceeded that of any volcano on Earth of this particular type. The eruption has caused the Bardarbunga caldera to sink 184 feet. This is the largest amount of sinking at any caldera in Iceland in modern times. A 115-foot hole was discovered in Serbia's peninsula, a name that means end of the world in the language of the area's inhabitants. After an unexplained explosion in July, 2 other mysterious sinkholes popped up. In Russia's north shortly after, scientists believe gas explosions beneath the surface caused the sinkholes, but they haven't been able to confirm that theory. A team of scientists, a medic and a professional climber, plunged into the sinkhole to learn more about it, but the cause of the deep holes is still unknown. On November 24th, 1971, an unidentified man wearing a white shirt, narrow black tie, dark suit, and sunglasses and carrying a briefcase, arrived at the airport in Portland. He identified himself as Dan Cooper and boarded the Northwest Airlines Flight 305, a Boeing 727 flight to Seattle that contained 36 passengers. Once the plane was in the air, heading for Seattle, he lit a cigarette and ordered a soda. Then he passed a note to the 23-year-old stewardess, Florence Schaffner, who at first assumed he was flirting and didn't bother to read it. Cooper said, "Miss, you better look at that note. I have a bomb." She unfolded the piece of paper. "I have a bomb in my briefcase," it read. "I will use it if necessary. I want you to sit beside me." Schaffner sat down, and Cooper opened his bag, revealing a mass of batteries and wires. He told the plane's captain via Schaffner that he would set it off if he wasn't given $200,000 and 4 parachutes. When the plane landed in Seattle, Cooper's demands were met, and the passengers were let off the plane. The plane, now only containing Cooper and some crew members, took off for Portland. Cooper gave each of the crew $2,000, then jumped out of the back of the plane into a heavy rainstorm, with 21 pounds of $20 bills strapped to his torso. The mysterious man has not been seen since. His crime seemed to have been planned. He specified the bills should have random, not sequential serial numbers. The FBI quickly photographed each one, so a microfilm record was created. It's believed he asked for 4 parachutes, so the FBI would think he was going to make one of the crew jump with him, and wouldn't give him a dud. He also seemed to have knowledge of the area, recognizing Tacoma from the air, and showing awareness of refueling times. While the accounts vary, he seems to have been polite to the plane staff, paying his drinks tab, and requesting meals for them when the plane was in Seattle. There are various opinions on the likelihood of a man in his 40s surviving a 10,000-foot jump into sub-zero temperatures while wearing a business suit. Many believe he didn't even manage to open his parachute. Some of the money was found in 1980, which, for some investigators, suggested Cooper was dead at the bottom of the Columbia River. None of the other bills have ever been found. There have been promising leads and suspects over the years, but Cooper's identity has never been confirmed. Whatever happened to him, he disappeared into the night. So those were 5 unsolved mysteries. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.